Let's be real. Our world is a constant buzz of notifications, and a million things are fighting for your attention. So how do you actually get anything done? Well, today we're going to hack your focus with a super simple but really powerful science-backed technique.
You know that feeling, right? You sit down, you're ready to be productive, and then, boom, the day is just gone. You've scrolled, you clicked, you've done everything except that one big thing staring you down. So frustrating. But what if the fix isn't about grinding for hours? What if it's about working smarter in these little tiny sprints?
All right, so let's get right into it. The solution to all this focus chaos could be this thing called the Pomodoro technique. Now, don't let the fancy name fool you. It's so simple, but wow, is it powerful.
So what is this thing exactly? Well, it was invented back in the late 80s by a guy named Francesco Cirillo. And get this, he named it after his tomato-shaped kitchen timer. Seriously, Pomodoro is literally just Italian for tomato. The whole idea is simple. You work in super focused 25-minute chunks, and then you take a little break.
And the best part is how simple it is. It's just 6 steps. That's it. It's a loop you can literally start right now. And it all starts with one decision.
First up, you pick one thing. I mean it. Not your whole to-do list, not 5 different things, just one. That laser focus is totally key here.
Okay, step 2. Set a timer for 25 minutes. Think of this as a pact with yourself. For the next 25 minutes, it's just you and this one task. That means no phone, no email, no distractions. You can do it.
All right, now you just work. But, what happens when your brain inevitably goes, oh, I forgot to email so-and-so? Simple. You don't jump to it. You just grab a piece of paper, write it down, and immediately get back to your task. You've captured the thought without letting it wreck your flow.
Ding! Timer's done. Now, you grab that piece of paper and put a big old check mark on it. It sounds silly, I know, but trust me, this little action is a huge psychological win. It's solid proof that you did the thing.
And now for maybe the most important part. You take a 5-minute break. And I mean a real break. Get up, stretch, grab some water, stare out the window. Anything but work. This is not slacking off, it's like essential maintenance for your brain.
Okay, so after you've done 4 of those little work and break cycles, 4 check marks on your paper, you've earned a bigger break. We're talking 20, maybe 30 minutes. This is where your brain really gets to chill out and process everything. And that's it. That's the whole loop. See? So simple.
So we've got the how, but the big question is, why does this actually work so well? Is it just a cute trick with a timer? Nope. It turns out this is a total brain hack, and it's backed by some really cool science.
This graph right here shows it all perfectly. See that dotted line just tanking? That's what happens when we try to just power through for hours. Our focus just falls off a cliff. But that wavy red line, that's the Pomodoro effect. Every one of those little dips is a brick, and it's like hitting a refresh button for your brain. It stops the burnout and keeps you working at a much higher level.
And this isn't just a nice-looking chart. There's real science here, something called cognitive load theory. Basically, our brains are kind of like a computer's RAM. They can only handle so much information at once. When you try to cram too much in, they just crash. By breaking work into these 25-minute sprints, you're feeding your brain information in manageable bites so it doesn't get overloaded.
And the data totally backs this up. A big scientific review looked at a bunch of studies and found that using structured breaks like this can cut down on your mental fatigue by around 20%. That's huge. It's way more effective than just taking a break whenever you kind of feel like it.
And less fatigue means, you guessed it, better focus. Check this out. In one study, the Pomodoro group rated their focus at a solid 8.5 out of 10. The other group, who just worked whenever, they averaged a 6.2. That's a massive difference. So the takeaway is clear. These breaks aren't just about feeling good. They literally make you better at focusing. Okay, so at this point, Pomodoro sounds like a magic bullet, right? But is it really the perfect solution for everything and everyone? Well, let's get into that.
Because here's a really common complaint, and it's a good one. What if you're totally in the zone? You're deep into writing something or coding or designing, and suddenly an alarm goes off and just shatters your creative flow. That's a real problem for sure.
And that's where another technique called flow time comes into play. So if Pomodoro is all about those strict 25-minute boxes, flow time is, well, it's more fluid. You just work for as long as you feel focused. And when you feel that focus start to fade, that's when you take a break. It's perfect for those deep creative sessions. The only catch, you have to be really honest with yourself about whether you're losing focus or just wanting to check Instagram.
And hey, even Pomodoro itself isn't a strict rulebook you have to follow perfectly. You can totally adapt it. Maybe you're in a study group. You can use it to set group goals, have one person be the timekeeper, and use the breaks to chat about what you're working on. Maybe 25 minutes feels too short. Try 35. The core idea is what matters, not the exact number.
So what's the bottom line here? It's not about Pomodoro versus flow time and picking a winner. It's about building your own personal productivity toolkit. You want to have both of these tools ready to go, and the real skill is knowing which one to grab for the job at hand. And this little chart makes it super clear. Got a bunch of emails to answer or a task you've been procrastinating on? Pomodoro is your best friend. That 25-minute timer makes it so easy to just start. But if you're settling in for a long creative session, like writing or coding, that's where flow time shines. It lets you ride that wave of focus without a timer messing you up.
Look, at the end of the day, these are just ideas. The real magic happens when you actually do them. So here's my challenge to you. Stop just thinking about it. Right now, pick one thing, just one thing you've been putting off. Set a timer for 25 minutes and just go. Seriously, what could you get done in just your first 25 minutes?